Hey everybody, it's me, Russ. Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you stopped by. Some of the record store day stuff. Got a big stack of wax that we got on record store day. And I'm not going to share all of it right at once, you know? Just because it's going to be, 30, 40-minute video. And a lot of folks are, you're going to tune out in the first 10 minutes. So I'll kind of do this how I presented some of my list, which is in 3 records at a time. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just doing that tonight. Cut down on the time, and I can talk more about what I got, and because we listened to all the records, all right? Dana and I have, not just frivoled away our money on collectibles, but we're popping open the shrink. And we actually listen to the records. Most of them. There's one we haven't put on the turntable yet. But we'll talk about that later. So I got 3 for you. And here we go. I'm going to kick it off with this one. These are records that I've listened to this. We've listened to this one a few times. I really enjoy this record. This is Post Malone's A Tribute to Nirvana. Good luck, Mr. Malone. That is Courtney Love kind of signing off on this work too. So all of the proceeds of this record go to help folks who are struggling with addiction and mental health issues. It's Republic Records, and I live in Seattle. There's cover bands, all right? You hear Nirvana covers. But this is amazing, all right? You can tell that this cat, and I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot of Post Malone's music. I know some of it, but, I'm not all that familiar. But you can tell that this guy is a fan. Just the way that the music was performed, the way that he did this. It's on yellow wax. Starts out with Drain You, which is an amazing track. It's one of Kurt's favorite tracks. It's the one he wanted to be remembered for, kind of, right? According to some interviews and stuff that family said. But, so this was a little backstory on this. It was a performance that was done during the pandemic, and he did this live without an audience, and you can kind of hear that. It's a little weird, right? Like he's like, yeah, he's kind of, fuck yeah, right? Like, he's all excited about whatever song he just performed.
This is Brian Lee on the bass guitar. I don't know if you can see him. Nick Mack on guitar over there, and Sir Travis Barker on the Tubs and Skins. We're gonna play you some Nirvana for you.
There's no one there, It's just he's live streaming this, but he does a great job. The band, whoever was behind him and backed him in this, did an amazing job. And I've listened to this a couple times now. It's really that good. And I'm not usually a guy that buys cover stuff, but just based on where the money goes and all of that, I thought that was great. Here's the set list for that evening in that show. Nirvana sessions. This is there's the sleeve kind of in there. It comes in a poly sleeve. Record sounds great. And so there you go. That's number 1. Number 2, I was excited to get this because there was not a whole lot of these made. This is Slint. And this is the Tweezin version. Tweez, right? Their first, the debut album by the band. And I like it, all right? So, do I like it better than Steve Albini version? Yeah, I'm going to say I do. I do like it better than the Steve Albini version, to be honest. And I don't want to rag on Steve Albini. I hope I didn't come off as that way in the first video. But, Steve Albini, of course he's talented. He did the, Nirvana's freaking In Utero, for crying out loud. And knocked it out of the park with that. But, you know, this was the 80s. So, this originally came out in 1987. And, yeah, in 89, Albini did it. And then later, 2023, 2024, the Tweezin mix. And it's a pretty good freaking mix. I like this record. I will say, and somebody said that in the comments too, their next album, Spiderland, is a great freaking record. It's probably my favorite Slint record. I would say it is my favorite Slint record. Is Spiderland. I don't have that one. That would be great. They put that out there on the wax. It's a great freaking record. All right, so there you go with that. I'll show the wax too. Here, check this out. Okay. Again, poly sleeve, huh? Some of these companies, man, touch and go records, doing it right. There's the wax and the artwork on there. Very cool. This record sounds good. Both these are colored and they sound good. I have one colored record that doesn't sound that great from Record Store Day. I'll talk about that later. This one sounds pretty dang good, and so does that Post Malone covering Nirvana record. That one sounds pretty dang good too for a yellow record. All these are colored. So here's my next one. Got this as a Doors fan. I thought this is pretty cool. It's not another live, you know, album that they did from a show. The Doors, Strange Days, 1967, a work in progress. I enjoyed this album more than I thought I would. There's a few songs missing from the other side, but it's a good fucking record. I like it. Strange Days is on here. So the Strange Days on the original recording has this weird reverb in it, you know, with Jim's voice, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? And this doesn't have that. And you have Jim's voice kind of front and center for that track, and it's really good. I really like that. And just that track alone made it worth buying this record, which wasn't super expensive either, which I like, you know. So Strange Days by the Doors. Love Her Madly is not on here. I guess that wasn't one that they had is it a redux kind of a thing? Rough mixes is what it is. But it's kind of one of those things where I think I like this version of Strange Days that's on this record better than the original. Just because it doesn't have that weird studio wizardry, even for 67, right? You're kind of like, what is that? Come on. That's what I like about this record. So, there you go. That's 3 of them. 3 of the Record Store Day finds, things that we got. I got a stack, man. Got more records to talk about. I'm going to do that in another video. I'm not going to keep you, all right? You've got other things to do, more videos to watch. Appreciate you for sticking around, hanging out with me. And if you're new to the channel, why not, you know, like the video if you like the freaking video. That's what I would do. I usually have to be reminded too, so I'm reminding you. Like and subscribe! We all say that. I know. It's getting old. It's cliche. The opposite of punk, but I forget things. Subscribe, whatever. I'm out. Bye. Here's some little bonus stuff from the other day. The last video, by the way.
There's Annabelle with a bunch of kangaroos.
That one has a kangaroo inside of it. Oh.